Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and in today's video we're going to be taking on Stygian Onslaught Season 5. We have a brand new season just came out today, and I actually managed to clear difficulty 6, dire difficulty, in 180 seconds on the first day. Never happened to me before. I locked in for this clear, you guys are going to see. I'll also be going over the builds at the end in case you're wondering, so stay tuned for that. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with these clears, so go ahead, grab your popcorn, sit back, relax, enjoy the clear, and yeah, I'll see you guys when I go over the builds. Alrighty guys, so now that the clear is over, I want to go over all of the builds that I used to clear this Stygian. And we're going to start off with the first team here with my Nefer build. She's starting out with 686 EM, 1239 attack, even though it doesn't matter as much, thought I would mention it. She has 50 crit rate, 331 crit damage, and 115 ER. I have her on her signature weapon, and 4-piece Knight of the Skies Unveiling. Here's the artifacts. We got the flower, feather, sands, goblet, and circlet. As her vertical investment, I have her at C2, and then for her talents, I have her at double 10. Next up, I have Nahida here. We have her at 939 EM. We want as much EM and ER as possible. 52 crit rate, 91 crit damage, 162 ER. And then we have her on her signature weapon at R2. Happen to get lucky with that one. And then we have a 4-piece Deepwood set on her Once again, as much EM as possible. We got the Flower, Feather, Sands, Goblet, and Circlet. For Constellation, I have her at C2, and then for Talents, we have her at Triple Crown. Next up, Farina here, and she's actually a very crucial part of this build, guys. Very crucial, but I do want you guys to keep this in mind. My Farina is C6, very high investment Farina, but I'm not actually using a lot of the Constellation value. She's really just there for Hydro application, and I just found her to be the most comfortable option, and she has really good instructor uptime, in my opinion, and we can pack a lot of ER on her. As we can pack so much ER on her. So super valuable. Here we have 185 ER. The crit stats don't really matter, as I mentioned. We have her on a Key of Kajna suit. This weapon in particular is super valuable for Nefer teams, giving us a massive buff. Keep in mind, Nefer really likes a lot of EM, and Key of Kajna suit gives us a massive EM buff, so it's just super valuable for the team overall. And then we also have Farina on a 4-piece instructor set, and these pieces are terrible, by the way. Every single one of them is pretty bad except for the ER Sands. Really, I'm just here to try to utilize the artifact set bonus. I don't care about the stats on the artifacts. That is irrelevant to me. Farina is solely here to clutch up, activate instructor set, activate the Key of Kajna suit passive, and get us Hydro application. Super valuable here, right? As I've been mentioning this whole time, my Farina is at C6. The only real benefit we're getting from the Constellations is our C4, which gives us a little bit of ER. Without artifacts and elemental reactions, Farina's damage is pretty much non-negligible here. And that's not the only thing that's high investment on the build. We also have her Triple Crowned, and she is one of the only level 100 characters on my account. So super high investment Farina, but she really made this Nefer team work. Next up, I have Lauma here, and Lauma, we just want to have as much EM and as much ER as possible. We have a little bit of crit here, but it's really not going to do that much for us. We're not actually going to be using our Lunar Bloom with her, so it's not going to be insane or anything. We have her on our signature weapon with 4-piece Silken Moon. Like I said, as much ER as possible. There's the Flower, Feather, Sands, Goblet, and Circlet. And we have her at C2, and the talents are double 9. Next up, we've got Venti here. He's at 78 crit rate, 185 crit damage, 143 ER. A little bit of EM there at 58. We have him on his brand new signature weapon, the Daybreak Chronicles. Super good for his DPS mode. And then we have him on a 4-piece Desert Pavilion Chronicles set. This set is also really improvable, especially the Circlet, but it's good enough. We got it to clear. That's all that matters. Yeah, this Circlet has 3 rolls into defense %. Could have gone way better. It was a 4-line start, but just failed miserably. Anyways, we got him at C2, and the talents are 999. Super high investment Venti here. He was doing great. We also have Bennett here, and we want to have as much base attack and ER on him as possible. We also have a little bit of crit rate and crit damage, so he can do a little bit of damage. It's going to be non-negligible, but it's a little bit nice. Who really cares? But yeah, as I said, as much base attack as possible. So we have him on Mist Splitter, high base attack weapon, and then we have him on 4-piece Noblesse. Here's the Flower, Feather, Sands, Goblet, and Circlet. And then we have him at C6 with a crown on his burst. Really the only thing that matters in Bennett's kit. Next up, I've got my boy Durin here with 1.8k attack, 80 crit rate, 209 crit damage, 157 ER. A little bit of EM doesn't really matter though for this team in particular. No reaction is happening. And we have him on his signature weapon, of course, and then we have him on a 2-piece pyro damage, 2-piece elemental burst damage set. Here's the Flower, Feather, Sands, Goblet, and the Circlet. And then for his constellation, we have him at C2, and I have his talents at 999. Lastly, I've got Hatsune Farazan, and we have her at 1.3k attack, 55 crit rate. We want to have at least 50% so we can proc Favonius, and 275 ER. Once again, as much ER on Farazan as possible, always. And as I was mentioning, Favonius Warbow, and we have her on a 4-piece VV. Keep in mind that we want to have VV or some type of res shred on the team because the boss, the Iktomisaurus, does have universal resistance. So we want to make sure that we're shredding that and we're not dealing with any type of resistances. So we're really taking advantage of the VV set here. And now I'll go over the artifacts. We have the flower, feather, sands, goblet, and then the circlet. And then for our constellation, we have her at C6, and her talents are at level 9. The one that matters is level 9. Next up, we have the third team with my Arlecchino. Keep in mind that this is a very high investment Arlecchino. We have her at 78 crit rate, 239 crit damage, 2.3k attack-ish. And then we have her on her signature weapon, 4-piece fragment of harmonic whimsy. And then here's the pieces. We've got the flower, feather, sands, goblet, and circlet. And then for constellation, as I mentioned, we have her at C6 and triple crown. This is a pretty high investment Arlecchino. She is outputting a lot of the damage on the team, actually most of the damage. So as I was going back and recording this, I kind of noticed that my Mavwika was not on the exact right build, which is fine. We could have done it probably 1 or 2 seconds faster, but I'm very satisfied with the clear. We have her on her signature weapon here, 4-piece obsidian codex. Here's the flower, feather, sands, goblet, and circlet. I have her at C2, and the talents are double crown, where it matters. I probably would have been able to output a little bit more damage if I had been using my EM sands instead, but I'm pretty satisfied with the clear. Next up, we have Sitlali here, and we just want to have as much EM and ER as possible. The stats don't really matter, I'm going to be honest. This is one of those characters where you can just kind of slap anything on her for artifacts, as long as you have ER and a little bit of EM. We have her on her signature weapon, and keep in mind that this weapon is super important. We get a massive damage buff here from the weapon. And keep in mind, the reason that we want to use this weapon is because we get a massive attack percent buff from plunging. So using TTS here is going to lose a lot of damage because we're hitting that diminishing return, right? So we want to be making sure we're adding other types of damage to our overall damage, right? So yeah, super valuable to have this weapon on Sitlali. And then for the artifacts, we have her on a 4-piece scroll set. That's basically all you need to know. And then we have her at C0 and double 9 talent. And last but not least, I have Shalonen here with 3.8k defense, as much defense as you can get, as much ER as you can get. That's really the only important thing. We have her on her signature weapon, Peak Patrol, 4-piece Archaic Petra for that damage percent buff, super valuable in this fight in particular, because obviously we don't want to be getting an attack buff or anything like that. So we want to be able to get as much value out of this as possible, and we already have the 4-piece scroll set, so we're getting even more damage percent from this. We have her E skill maxed out, and she's at C0. Basically all you need to know about the builds for this Stygian clear. Hope you guys enjoyed. And without further ado, I'm going to be ending the video off here, and if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. It helps me out immensely to grow the channel here. And stay tuned for more Genshin content. I have a video coming out very soon talking about the recent 6.2 story. I absolutely loved it, and I'm going to be sharing all my thoughts on that with you guys in the next one. So stick around. Maybe you'll check that video out as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!